I have the simplest, easiest, cheapest QSL cards. Are yours white collar or blue collar? I've always been a frugal ham. I'm not sure if this is a good or bad thing, really. For example, I didn't join the ARRL for 29 years, but then I missed out on all the benefits of membership too. So I debated being a frugal ham is the right thing to do or not, but I guess it works out eventually. I think one of the beauties of amateur radio is the QSLs we send one another to forever commemorate the achievement of 1 minute conversation over radio. I'll probably see a physical QSL card or an entry in my log software far more than it took for the contact on the radio. It's frozen in time, especially when we use an electronic log like EQRL, QRZ, or Logbook of the World. The postcard might survive our lifetimes briefly, but the electronic log will be archived in perpetuity much, much longer. For this reason, I advocate setting up and using all three electronic logs. If you're needing a logging software, I highly recommend DXLog Suite. This includes DXKeeper, which is free and makes updating these electronic logs like EQSL and Logbook of the World easy with a button. Currently, I have to create an ADIF file to upload to QRZ, which is pretty painless. I love QSL cards, the physical ones, especially with artwork. The plain white state with a star for the location of the city works, but why not make this a small square and add a photo? Make it more personable. A pic of your shack, for example, or the antenna. Nearby landmarks work really well. A couple years ago, I was lucky to find this mural downtown Evansville and had my picture taken with it. And when searching for photos for my QSL card, I discovered this picture. It was perfect. Well, let's face it, most pictures of me are perfect. Now, some hams will send a card and use an envelope. The pro of that is the QSL card is pristine. There's no postal marks. It's usually not bent or dirtied. The con to this card is the added cost of postage, which is 18 cents, and the lack of a stamp on them. For example, I got a card from Christopher, Kilo 7 Charlie Delta Zulu, in an envelope. And this card was a beautiful picture of Billings, Montana, and handwritten info of the QSL on the back with a really nice note. It was a great card. It's a great card. The envelope was even better. He used a Star Wars Forever stamp of the L3-37 droid, which is reflective. I noticed it right away. Even used, these stamps are worth almost $1 online. Plus, he addressed the envelope upside down so I wouldn't ruin the stamp. I had no choice. I had to keep the card and the envelope. So I kept the card in the envelope. But how nice would it have been to over-postage the card so I wouldn't have a bulky envelope in my card collection? I mean, I'll take it. It's a great stamp and a great card. I like the postcard sent through the mail. It's the white collar card versus the blue color card. The mailed QSL card fought its way to you to save the 18 cents with the Forever postcard stamp, which is 40 cents now. Some use the higher 58-cent letter postage, and when they do, you wonder if they knew there was a difference or did they maybe didn't bother with it. Yeah, they get smudges, they got postal ink all over them. It's like they got war stories to tell. I like the blue color cards. They got stamps on them and they got character. I keep talking about the stamps. I think I like the stamps. This debate still wages with me on the white color cards versus the blue color cards. Recently, I created a digital photo frame using an old desktop monitor. I scan all my QSL cards to display on this in my shack now. Obviously, the white color cards look better on screen. Anyway, more on this project later. For my own blue collar direct QSL postcards, I again use DXKeeper. At a previous location, DXKeeper was able to actually print my cards with my picture with the QSL info added within it onto a 4x6 photo paper that was done on my printer. All I had to do was address them with address labels, which DXKeeper also prints out. However, I discovered a cheaper source for photo paper, not to mention the price of ink it took to print my extra high quality photos. You see, I don't skimp printing quality on the likes of myself. Oh, and my new printouts are way faster now. I have them printed at Walmart. I created a photo or a QSL card and I sent it to Walmart to have it print out at 9 cents per photo. I print 100 4x6 photos for $9.63, including tax. I do not create postcards, which cost way, way more. I print photos. I know it may be possible to find a cheap QSL card for a dime per card. However, these are limited to one color, or they may be limited to only one design. I prefer a picture of me. I'm partial like that. There are some drawbacks. The back of the photo has a watermark as well as digital printing on the back stating the print job that was run. Plus, the photos are pretty flimsy. I need DXKeeper to print out labels for the addresses and the QSL information anyway, so the labels not only cover up the black printing, but it also makes the card a little thicker. I use 3-column labels. They're Avery 5160. They're 1 inch by 2 and 5/8 inches of the QSL details, and I use the same labels for the address of the addressee. My return address is a bigger 2-column label sheet. It's an Avery 5163. It's 2 inches by 4 inches, and they're like the blackout labels. The bigger label is for my return address, and it covers up that print job mark. The addressee label is on the bottom right of the card under the postage, and the watermarks aren't as noticeable with all these stickers. The QSL info is on the front left-hand bottom of the card, so that means stickers are in every corner if you include the stamp. This card is ready for some postal character. I made the QSL image with a free program called GIMP. It's G-I-M-P, I think I'm saying that right. It's an open source software, been around forever, and it rivals Photoshop. In my second printing, you will notice that I removed the white QSL info area. I thought I would handwrite the information, but I'd rather print it from DXKeeper. I also forgot to add a yellow border like I did with the first printing, and this was a mistake. When printed, the photos seemed to cut too closely on the right. The border allows for the cutting area, you see. Only printing 100 at a time allows me the flexibility to change my card, too. The third printing will definitely have this border. My cards cost a dime to print. That's 9.63 cents. The 5160 labels are 3 cents a piece, and there's 2 of those. The 5163 labels are also 3 cents, which makes my card a total cost of 19 cents. 59 cents a card with postage. So that's $59 per 100 card sent. And now you can see why using the right postage can save you $18 per 100 cards sent. As an added bonus, if you're sending cards through a QSL bureau, you can send 3 self-addressed stamped envelopes and a number 10 envelope for one of these forever stamps, currently 58 cents for first class postage. You can fit 6 cards in a number 10 envelope with the same postage, that forever 58 cent stamp right now. If you wanted to buy an additional ounce stamp, which is 20 cents, those are also forever stamps. You could fit 11 cards in a number 10 envelope. So there you have it. You have all the ways to send cards, either white collar or blue collar. But have fun with QSL cards. They're awesome. I think they're one of the nicest things about the amateur radio hobby. 73, Scott, KD4SR.